All right, folks, it has been a busy day, and I want to run through my entire list here of all the different things I did today to grow my business and push it forward, and there was a lot. The first thing I did was I jumped on with a student of mine who has been doing extremely well in the products that he's selling, and he's selling, they're in the automotive space, basically, and they're selling accessories for your car. High ticket, they're about £200 worth each item, and we just chatted through like where his business is at, the positives, the things have gone really well, the things have not gone really well. And I suppose the one thing I took away from it was, well, first of all, he has a really good business. There's a lot of opportunity for growth. There's a lot of opportunity for something sustainable that can scale. But there's some few things that need changed to make it, I suppose, more viable. So really what's happened is his margins are getting squeezed in the middle. And I was like, okay, well, look, save on the manufacturing cost, which he's been doing anyway. He's on the ball. He's been reducing like the, I don't want to say the quality, but like what he's putting in his pack, in his offer, to make it that it just gives customers what they want. But that means that he's saving on the manufacturing cost. We're kind of doing the same here at Apex. And likewise, he is looking at new sales channels. So until, well, right now, he is selling primarily on Amazon, or basically by a little bit on eBay. And he's looking at maybe exploring Shopify. And I think that's a really, really good move, because Shopify, you don't pay the referral fee. You own the customer data, so they're your customers. You can sell more to them, and you have more opportunity to increase the average order value. So straight away, that grows your margin, and that makes something that could be making 10 or 20 quid a sale to making 50, 60, 70 quid a sale if you can acquire a customer at the right price. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. I suppose I sense that he's in that stage that we all get into from time to time, where it's kind of like, this is really difficult, like the valley of despair. And that's not like as in he was down about stuff. No, definitely not. It's just that business is hard. Business is really hard, and I know all about it, and I have days like that, and I've even different things that I'm talking about here and sharing. I'm like, I just wish it would be easier. Come on. But it's not. It's definitely not. Like, you have to solve problems every single day. I said something to my business partner last week, and it's just like, the business doesn't care. Business doesn't care. It just wants X, Y, and Z now, all the time. It's like a baby. It just wants attention continually. I had a great chat with him, and I really, really enjoyed it. And we're going to help him get set up on Shopify. Then I jumped on with Alex. We agreed the different steps on reorder. We looked at the paid ads. We generally look at the paid ads every day. You have to, like, when we're spending, like, we're not spending big money by any means, but like 400 or 500 quid, pound sterling, like, you know, if you fall asleep at the wheel for 2 or 3 days, you know, you've 1,500, 2,000 pounds gone, potentially. Now you will get sales, but potentially, like, on a hard, like, that's what this ads cost. That's what you'd be spending. So we examined that. But overall, they're going well, and bundles are going well. So we actually created some bundle ads. They started performing well for us. So we've had more bundle sales today. So the average order value is up. So that's positive. But let's see. Let's keep it going. Let's just see how it works over the next little while. There was an email automation problem, so I had to jump in and sort that. Basically, people that ordered a bundle were getting an email, asked them, do they want to upgrade? And this was causing confusion because the pricing didn't make sense and stuff. So I had to fix that. I thought I had a fix, but it was the wrong if that statement. So got that sorted. I can't even read my own writing. Oh yeah, there was a glitch with the reviews again. That glitch came back, and I'm hoping it's fixed. I don't really know what's up with it. It's all enabled, everything, but I think it's just not loading at the right microsecond, I imagine. And that is causing issues on the site, because that would affect conversion. So I'm going to look into that a bit more. I installed new site tracking that doesn't require the cookie banner. So let's see what happens there. That might give us better information. Also organize a new invoice link for the staff, so they can basically quickly upload their invoices to me, so I wouldn't miss them, because I have missed some. So this way I just get a notification saying here's an invoice to be paid, and that's really, really good. There's that much, and it's just like, what? Discuss new molds with the supplier, confirming like what the costs were for certain parts of it, and also like what was involved in changing certain parts of branding. They can do that. That's no problem. Confirm new SKUs. Figuring out run rates of certain products we need to reorder. I did mention that here previously, but we really do have to reorder and get things done. And I suppose look, there's a lot there, and there's other stuff. I probably should have written stuff a bit more clear, but anyway, it is what it is. This is business. It's, what time is it now? It's 3:30, and that's what I spent my day doing. It was just one of those days. Probably the biggest thing I did today, and it's quite a good move, is a lot of our customers were looking for bifocal lenses for their Legend goggles and their Legend glasses. So bifocal, I don't really use glasses, but it basically means you got a certain like prescription up here and a certain prescription down here, so you can read something, but then you can also see far away, and that's the idea. Now, until today, we didn't offer that. So people asked for that, we didn't offer it. Now we have it available. So I spent probably the last hour setting up the SKUs, creating the images. AI is brilliant for that. Setting up the automations and the flows, which basically means the back end of the site knows what to do when someone orders a specific prescription, because prescriptions aren't like there's one size fits all. So when someone orders a prescription, first of all, we've sent out an email for that prescription asking people to upload the specific information we require in order to give that to our opticians partner in Edinburgh to actually make it. So I had to set up all these integrations and make sure everything was 100% right, which it is. So now that is now live on the site, and we now offer that. I had to figure out the pricing, what price we want to set that at, and likewise it had to make sense in relation to all the other bundles and all the other SKUs in terms of prescription that we were offering. So I did that, and that was sorted. But look, I suppose today was a really good day in terms of we clarified a lot on the future bundle, so what the core offering is going to be. Did a lot of figuring out on that, myself and Alex. We've managed to kind of nail where we think that would be. What we do really like, and I want to show this to you, I really like the Apple MacBook box, and we're going to try and keep our branding very similar to that, because I think that's a really nice, simple branding. And it's important for us too, because we're rebranding some of our products, but for those of you that are involved in trademarks you apply. So you apply to register a trademark, and then there's like an opposition period. So in the UK, for example, it's 2 months, and if someone, if someone objects or like says they're not 100% happy, it extends to 3 months. And at that point, like you can, if someone objected, you can withdraw it, or you can say no, and you can fight it, and you try to come to an agreement, or you can go to court if you really want to push it through. That's if it's all accepted to go through for publication for giving you the trademark. US is a bit longer. It's nearly 6-7 months. But anyways, the new trademarks we're applying for in the US and the UK currently we've paid the money. Between the US was nearly like $2,000, or was it $2,500? Either way, it wasn't like, it's not low cost. And the UK was much lower, but we've applied, but we don't have those trademarks yet. So it's trademark pending, which is great. But what happens if someone turns around and says, hey, that's my trademark, I'm prepared to fight for it? That means we can say, well, look, we either want to fight for it, which is a big distraction, or we say, no, we don't, in which case we lose it. And if we're using that branding, we have to stop using it. So branding's a really tricky thing. And I understand it's important because, if you have your brand and your trademark, you want to be able to say that this is me and protect it so no one else can use it. But at the same time, for us and business, 6 months in the US, a minimum, I think it's even potentially more, like that is way too slow. Like you can't work like that. It's very, very hard to invest in a brand that you may not ever own. And it really means that you need to start like a year before you plan to sell, get the trademark and all sorted. And that's just a pure mess. UK is not as bad, but still, we might get it in the UK, we may not get it in the US. We might get it in the US, we may not get it in the UK. It reminds me of the Bulmers Magners thing. For those of you who don't know, so in Ireland, in the Republic, Bulmers is a beer, cider. It's made here. Whereas if you were to buy the same beer, same cider, in Northern Ireland or in England, Scotland or Wales, it would be Magners. The can size are slightly different, but it's trademark. Bulmers in the Republic does not own Bulmers in the UK. It's a different drink completely. And it's a cider as well, but it's not the same cider. So that is trademarks that can be messy. I think for a company that is that's pure mess. Ideally, what you want is the one trademark, the one name, all around the world. And that's why completely unique names, trademarks, and all that is so good, because the likelihood of someone else that's willing to defend that is very, very low. So that's just that's one of the things we're going through now, but we've nothing to do. We just have to go with it and just wait and see what happens. But yeah, we're organising the next order, so that'll be in hand. Again, all bookkeeping stuff, normal stuff, cash flow, sorting all that out, getting end of year accounts, all that kind of cool stuff, getting it finished. But yeah, I'm going to go off for a coffee now. I haven't had coffee yet today at all, and I feel that's probably me finished. My brain is tired now. Like I've done a lot. I think I've done a lot. Other people might say I've done nothing, but that's what I've done anyway. So yeah, that's really it. But if anyone has any questions, anything they want to add, something they're not sure about, or just in general, if you're enjoying these videos, I think people seem to be watching them. There's good average watch time, so thank you. Just let me know down in the comments. Happy to hear them.